I think Kevin Peterson is perhaps thinking, if I take him out of the bowling attack now, he might not be back. So give him the opportunity to get that 5th wicket, then he can have some rest.
Yeah, I think you've got to be saying, haven't you, out there, the team have got to be saying, right, let's not think about our second and third spells, let's think about this one spell hit, get this game wrapped up. All this crowd now just having little mixed feelings. They're sort of hoping for a bit of a partnership now. Full house. Well, see if it'll happen.
Go! Oh, good legs, buddy!
Yeah, they're looking for a bit of entertainment. 46 for 5. The possibility of this game being pretty much an anticlimax with all the expectations leading up to this game and of course the series. It's not cheap coming into these cricket grounds, and they'll be looking for value.
Not when you come all the way from America.
It's good though, Beefy, to show that people all over the world have matured. Once upon a time, these guys were enemies. Now cowboys and Indians sitting together, enjoying things together.
Well, that's all down to John Wayne. He didn't leave any, did he? Sorted them out.
Well, as usual, that just depicts history. There are a lot more cowboys than Indians today.
Another good over from Stuart Broad. 16 gone. It's 46 for 5. England bossing the game. 46 for 5. A man who won't be enjoying it quite as much as we are. Sean Pollock joins Nick Knight.
Thanks, Sir Ian. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this commentary stint. Not often us English get the opportunity to gloat. South Africa in such problems. May get worse shortly too.
There was me thinking it was the fact that the Bears were reunited in the commentary box, and now you're going to be on my case.
Oh, forget that. Forget that. What are we seeing out there, Sean? Are we seeing... Well, let's start from the beginning. Are we seeing a misjudgment from Graham Smith on the pitch? Do we want to clear that up? Is it excellent bowling? Is it good conditions to bowl in?
Yeah, I don't think it's misjudgment with regards to too much seam. I think it's definitely more bounce than what they would have expected. They haven't come across much bounce so far on the tour. It's making life very uncomfortable for them.
Just as you mentioned, there's more bounce. There's also some indifferent bounce, we can see there.
Yeah, this one definitely stays down, as you can see. Mark Boucher looking for a bit more bounce and has to readjust. Be pretty thankful that wasn't really straight.
Well, he's been done for pace. I don't know if he's been done for extra bounce as well, but it looked mighty uncomfortable in the end from Mark Boucher.
Yeah, this one's definitely got big on Mark Boucher. Got to it quicker than he expected. Good thick top edge. It's gone nearly carried all the way for 6. South African perspective, they won't be unhappy with the 4. Takes their score to 50.
You'll take what you can. God, it is hard work, and it's looking even more tricky, isn't it?
We've got them. Even 50, we've got them. You still got to get them.
does continue to get worse for South Africa. Outstanding bowling from Andrew Flintoff. We do come to expect it from him, don't we? Game after game. Mark Boucher got worked over, really. A little bit of inconsistent bounce, a little bit of extra bounce.
Another good ball in the right area. It's got a feather of a edge through to Pryor, and I think that's his 4th catch. England on fire.
Well, they are indeed. Mark Boucher goes for 10. South Africa now in all sorts of trouble, 50 for 6. This is normally the time that Sean Pollitt would be striding out to the crease. He's up here with us. Thankfully, it's Albie Morkel who gets the opportunity much earlier than he would ever have imagined in this particular game. He's back from injury. And his forte is whacking him out the park. Now he's going to have some work to do, one would imagine, to try and get his team into a position where they can try and do that later on in the innings.
Owen Morkel comes in under injury cloud and won't have had much time working on his game. Probably had a few nets. Hasn't been out in the middle for a while. It's not the ideal situation for him. Not the ideal situation for South Africa at 50 for 6.
Yeah, and just have a look at the field. Excellent captaincy again. One to be expected, really. 3 slips and a gully in position. Still in the power play overs. The power plays are almost irrelevant, aren't they? Much of an appeal from Andrew Flintoff, and it was probably because it was so obvious. Big nick there. England rampant. 17 overs gone. 50 for 6. Would you believe it? Tale of woe, isn't it, for South Africa? No partnerships, no runs to speak of, just 2 double-figure scores. Stuart Broad outstanding at the top, and as you'd expect now, Andrew Flintoff to back that up. So plenty of work to do, Sean. What's going on up there in the dressing room? What's the thought process?
I can imagine it'll be pretty quiet at the moment, due to the fact that Stuart Broad's been on fire. It's really been an inspired spell from him. He's just looked a lot more focused, hasn't he, Stuart Broad, in this one-day game? Looked like on top of his game. South Africans, they'll be just hoping to scramble whatever runs they can get together, and then hoping from something inspirational from their opening bowlers.
I may pick you up on something, Sean. You were talking about Albie Morkel coming back into the side. He's been short of cricket. Just the group generally, what's it like finishing a test series and then going straight into a one-day series? And let's work out, I think they had 2 games against the England Lions prior to this series. The easy question, I suppose, that I can ask is, are they underprepared? What will they say to that?
Well, they've come off a test series against India, followed by one against Bangladesh, and then a short spell at home, and they've come back on this tour. They've won the test series. So they will be feeling like they're keen to get home, but that's no excuse. I'm sure they'll be very focused on this. They won't be trying to make excuses for their performances. But they just haven't managed to get it together, particularly today. I don't think their performance at Henley was bad in any way. But today hasn't been a great occasion for them. Struggling here at 50 for 6. But they'll be fighting. They'll be trying to get something competitive to bowl at. If they don't manage to win today, they'll still believe that they've got 3 more games in the series to put matters right.
If they'd had a couple more practice games, I mean, the rain followed them around, didn't it, against the England Lions a bit. Is it fair to expect a little bit more from the early games from them, or is it very easy just to quickly suddenly change the mindset from Test cricket to one-day cricket?
Yeah, I don't think it's that difficult in the new professional era and the amount of games that are played. I don't think that will be the problem with regards to the adjustment. I think it's just been a bad outing for them, and I think looking back at it, maybe someone like Herschel Gibbs will say, maybe with the conditions as they were, maybe I shouldn't have gone down the wicket looking to take advantage as early as I did. Maybe I should have had a bit of a longer look. And that was what the power plays do tend to produce. But being 6 down, they could have taken a lot more time and had a look, seen what the wicket was all about. It's definitely got more bounce on this pitch than we've had seen so far in the series. Also England with a tall bunch of bowlers extracting a lot of bounce out of the wicket. There's still Steve Harmison to come.
An excellent over. Stuart Broad, 50 for 6. Off change of attack round the wicket to the left-hander Albie Morkel. Well, geez, you know, I always think that's unlucky. I know I'm a former batsman and it's easy to take sides, but I mean that's got to be unfair for you blokes and bowlers. I mean, yes, it's slightly too high, I suppose, but
yeah, I think if you had to ask Andrew, he'd probably say he'd agree it was maybe a touch short. He didn't complain too much, but sometimes they are a bit tough.
Yeah, your margins for error are tiny, aren't they? And you want to see bowlers have that ability to be able to bowl that short ball and not put them off.
I do agree with you.
What have you? I mean, you followed the English summer. You followed the Test match series, Sean. You've seen a bit of Stuart Broad. What have you made of him?
Yeah, I've been very impressed by him in the one-day arena. I think he just simplifies things when it comes to one-day cricket. Tends to focus on line and length and just try and hit it as often as he can. Test matches, maybe just tries to search for a little bit more. Too much shape. Maybe trying to bowl at too much of a fuller length. He has been very impressive today.
So you say he tries to bowl too full, or is that what you're saying?
I think in the Test arena sometimes as a bowler, especially when he comes on as a change bowler, he can maybe try and make things happen. And in the one-day arena, obviously given the new ball, the responsibility of that, plenty of movement in that new ball, and just runs in and hits his areas. Had a really good year. I saw his stats for the last 12 months. He's been very impressive. I remember a good spell he had in Bristol, I think it was, against New Zealand as well. So he's really coming to his own in one-day cricket.
More pace, more bounce. Now my colleague and friend Sean Pollock's going to explain what is going on there.
That just shows you that the wickets are just about 3 centimetres lower than the popping crease at Trent Bridge.
Did you pick that up?
I've always noticed it when I've bowled, that the fact that you land on a bit of an upslope, and that just shows you how much the difference is between the front crease and the back crease. And when it's worked out, that's the measurement of how much lower the stumps are actually. So therefore, I tend to suggest
You saying you've been unlucky? Is that what it is?
Over the top.
Oh no! I never thought I would hear that from Sean Pollock, the ultimate pro. He never complains. He never has a go at the umpire. Well, we got another one, have we? Yes, we have. Stuart Broad, 5 wickets. Another catch from Matt Pryor. Well, would you believe it? He certainly can't.
What a great day for Stuart Broad. One you remember forever. 5-wicket haul.
Well, what a moment for the young man. What disappointment for Johan Botha. Just 1 off 16 balls. He's on his way now. Word South Africa. 7 down for 53. Well, next man in, Andre Nell. Can't think that he will have been at the crease within the first 20 overs within the power plays many times, if at all. Can he bat?